Hi guys, it's Kelly here again and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my January bullet journal setup video. I am fully aware that January is almost over and I am super late with the setup, but way I see it, better late than never, right? So for my January theme, I did a sci-fi futuristic user interface kind of theme, and all of my trackers and all of my tables resemble something that you would see as a user interface panel on a sci-fi show or a sci-fi movie. At least that's what I was going for. I wanted to make something very futuristic and cyberpunk inspired, but I went with something a bit more simple. The twist here is that I actually decided to start doing all of my bullet journal themes first by hand and recording the video so you guys can watch and get ideas or recreate something, and I just share it with you. And the other thing that I decided to do is, I don't know if I will be able to with my schedule, but I want to try and create all of my themes digitally after I do them by hand. So what I'll hopefully do is have another video soon in which I show you this theme and how I recreated it digitally. Well, not how I recreated it, but just a walkthrough of what it represents, digitally. So the reason why I decided to do this is because I want to share not only the video process of me creating this by hand, but also to have printables ready if anyone would like to just print it out and use it and stick it in their bullet journal. That was my idea, and I hopefully will have the time to actually do this for every month. I have started this theme already, so fingers crossed I finish it by the end of the month. I upload it somewhere. I was thinking about Etsy. At first I was thinking about having it be a reward for a tier on Patreon, but at the end of the day, I think if, at least I might be wrong, but I think if you're subscribed on Patreon from say March, you will not be able to get this theme. So I thought that Etsy was a better version, because there I can just upload it and whoever wants it can buy it and print it out for whatever month they want to. So the fonts that you see me use, I actually am going to have a link in the description bar down below. The way I usually do this is because I don't do calligraphy and I'm quite bad at calligraphy, and at this point with my schedule I don't really have the time to practice. So what I do for each month is, if I want a specific font and a specific vibe that I want my wording to have, I look up fonts on websites such as The Font, and they have some royalty-free and free-to-use scripts and fonts that you can check out, and I recreate them by hand. So that was fun. You can definitely check them out. As I said, the ones I use here I will link in the description bar down below, and you can use them on your digital theme as well. So for January, like I said, this is a sci-fi futuristic cyberpunk kind of user interface panels and so on. And as you may know if you're a frequent visitor on my channel, I only do trackers and monthly setups. I don't really do weekly spreads, I don't do daily spreads. I just find them a bit more tedious. I don't really use them, they're not for me. But I always do my trackers, and I wanted to create them in a lot more creative way this month. So for instance, my even my words and my titles and my headers are something that you will see in a sci-fi film. So I guess that's, or a book or a TV show. So that's what I was going for. For instance, my calendar and my overview of the month is not called an overview, it's called a journal. And I thought that was cool. It's like a log. And for the rest of the things that I have also, well, uniquely, let's just call them that, uniquely shaped panels and uniquely, I don't even know what to call them. But for instance, right now you see me write down objectives. So that is supposed to be my to-do list, and I thought that objective was really cool. Not everything fits Well, I struggled a little bit with the naming. I had somebody help me with how I'm supposed to name them. For instance, objective is pretty straightforward. It's my to-do list. My video feed is supposed to be the TV shows and movies that I saw for the month. My archive is my books and books that I've read. Cyberspace is supposed to be my social media. I thought that was cute, how I like cyberspace, but that's my social media trackers. And on the next page you will see later on I make a mistake, so I hope you guys kind of don't mind that. It's a very annoying mistake, but what can you do? I am a person, I am a human, and I make annoying mistakes. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is making these panels where I'm going to track my social media and all of the pages that I have, all my objectives. I have all my to-do lists that are kind of in a table, and I name them task and status. So when I complete a task, it says complete, and if I fail to complete it this month, I will have pending, for instance. And or you know, if I decided to drop the task altogether, it'll be, I don't know, maybe canceled or error or just failed, something like that. My archive is something that I really love, and that's the books that I read for this month. And I created it in a weird way. I made these diagrams and pie charts, which, well, they're not pie charts, but yeah, they're circular diagrams. And the books that I read, I write down, I color in the circle based on the percent of the book that I've read. And when I finish the book, it's going to be all colored in. But if I don't finish it, and if I just end up reading it to, I don't know, 75%, I only have 75% filled in. So on each circle, there's also dates, and I write down on which date I got to which percent, which I think is cute. At least I like it, I enjoy it. And on my video feed, I only have simple boxes that kind of look like circuits, and they have a few lines and dots at each end, and that's actually going to be my star rating, because I do rate my shows as well as my books. And if I happen to watch something that I really enjoyed, there will be 3 dots, and if I didn't really enjoy it, there will be 5 dots, and if I didn't really enjoy it, there will be 1 or 2. So that's basically it for this page. I was going to say it's self-explanatory, but I don't think it is, or maybe I just think it's a lot more difficult for people to get it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because I'm naturally blonde and I don't get things as fast as other people, so I don't know. Maybe it's easy, maybe it's not. Either way, I thought it was a cool idea, and it's definitely something I haven't seen in a bullet journal. I do wish that it looked better, just because creating it digitally is definitely the way to go. It was so much easier to create it in the aesthetic that I really wanted it to be, just because you have so much options when you create it on Photoshop rather than when you just use pen and paper. For instance, I wanted to make it on a dark background, make it seem like it's glowing, and that's definitely not something that you can do on your paper. So yeah, definitely looks better in digital form and as a digital version, but I'm still happy with how it looks in my bullet journal. So my next page is my mood trackers and my habit trackers. For habit trackers, I named them behavioral analysis, and vitals is supposed to be my mood tracker. And yes, I know that's the mistake that I was talking about earlier. I accidentally dashed my L and it's vitats, so we need to ignore that because it's really annoying, but I couldn't really fix it. There's absolutely no way that I can fix it. But anyway, so my mood and my habit tracker. For mood, I also wrote down the different stages, which are optimal, satisfactory, moderate, inferior, and inadequate. I don't really know if I positioned them correctly, and if inferior is definitely something that you feel better than inadequate. I don't know, but I thought to just use some fancy wording, and that's what I came up with. On the next page, I have my cryo sleep, which is my sleep tracker, my credits, that are my expenses tracker, and my personal log, that is, well, basically my brain dump. It's just my personal brain dump vlog. So yeah, I really like the credits and how it turned out. I also really like the way I filled out every single page, because on my cryo sleep and on my habit trackers I fill up and make it look like bars. It's really cool once you see it. They're not perfect, but I wasn't really striving for them to be perfect, but I think they look really cool. And in the flip through you'll get a glimpse of a few days that I actually filled in, and you see what I mean when I say that I wanted to make them look like bars. So yeah, that's basically it for this one. I'm just gonna finish up some detailing here on the panels, and then I'm going to go into a flip through of the entire month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you like this theme, and I hope I finish the digital version of the theme so I can upload the video and hear your opinions about it. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you like what you see and would like to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. So bye bye.